Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you everything you need to know on how to install and configure Pycharm IDE. So before we start, I want to do a little intro or drive you through more you need to understand about Pycharm. Okay, so Pycharm is created by a Czech company called JetBrains. Okay, it is a popular integrated development environment, IDE as we all know it, and it is used in programming, particularly for Python programming language. And it is written in Java and Python programming language. You know, as we all know it as PyCharm, maybe we'll be thinking that is just Python written IDE. But funny enough, it was written in Java and Python collectively. All right, so it was okay. Initially, it was released in February 2010, and Python is pretty much compatible with OS like Windows, Mac, and Linux, or Linux, as we all know on how to pronounce these versions. Okay, and PyCharm provides us a graphical debugger, an integrated unit tester, coding assistance, support for web development with Django, and integration with Anaconda's data science platform. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create new projects, add new files to the projects, to customize the user interface. We'll run and debug Python code and explore a lot of other features in this IDE. Okay, so now let's get on to the installation. So before we start, we have to go, definitely we'll have to open our Google, and on this search area, we're just simply going to type jetbrains.com. Okay, and then you simply hit on your enter key. Okay, so at the top of the screen, you see you find these developer tools here. So this is where you find your different IDEs for developing software. Okay, so I'm just simply going to go to developer keys and click on that. And what we're going for today is PyCharm. You can see it below here. All right, you just simply click on that. All right, so we are here now. Once we click on this download, we will be provided with two options, the professional and community download. So let's do that now. All right, so we are here now. And like I said, once you click on that download button, it takes you to this platform and you'll be provided with a professional download and community download. Okay, so for this professional download, it requires a subscription, while this community download is free for pure Python development. Okay, and for this purpose, we'll work with community edition. All right, so this is what we're just going to work with, and I'm simply just going to click on this download. Okay, so this should start downloading the executable file. Okay, so that is it. We're just going to wait for this to be done. All right, so I do not have to wait for this download to be fully completed because I already have downloaded mine. So I'm just going to continue from that and show you the process. But if yours is going to download to the end, so after that is done, you're simply just going to click on this arrow key and click on show in folder. So this would directly take you to the folder where this executable file has been downloaded into. Okay, so for mine is here already. Okay, so this is what it's going to do. Once you click on this show in folder, it's simply just going to take you to the folder, to the place where this is downloaded. Okay, so like I said, I do not have to wait for this process to be completed. I'm just going to simply put this on hold. I'm going to pause this, get this away, and there is mine. So I'm just simply going to click on this to continue or to start with the installation process. Okay, so I'll double click on this and get this away and let my installation start. Okay, so for here, okay, so here I'm just going to start installation. I'm just going to run this. Okay, so this is saying, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Definitely yes, because I want it to take some of, to ensure that it stores some of our projects and every other thing, make some changes to the system as well in order for this to run properly. Okay, so I'm just going to say yes to this. And the next thing is to click on next. So this is the destination folder for this executable file, for the installation rather. So I am just going to leave this on default the way it is here. I'm just going to say next. So for all of this, for this first one is to create a desktop shortcut. Okay, so this is just going to create a shortcut for me on my desktop. So I need that to be done. And open a folder as project. Definitely for every project I'm going to need a folder open for it. And this is just to create an association with Python. So for each folder that for each file or folder that I want is going to be in .py, which is short for Python. Okay, so that depends on the IDE that you want to work with. Okay, so for this purpose, this is Python. All right, so I'm just going to click on that. And to update a path variable. Well, most times I just do add this for whatever reason. All right, but it's your choice if you do not want to. So I'm just going to leave this way it is and just click on install. All right, so now you can see that the shortcut has been created on my desktop. So after this, now we're just going to wait for this installation to be completed. Okay, so this is just going to take a while. All right, so that is done now. We the next is to, I think we have two options here. So it's either we want to reboot our system now, or we just want to continue with the installation, or and reboot this manually later. So for this purpose, I'm just going to leave this on manual reboot, okay? Because I just want to show you how to configure the installation. And the next thing is to open the Pycharm. I'm just going to open that installed Pycharm. All right, so we are here now. Okay, so this is just showing me exactly what I was working on. This is unnecessary because I had to delete and reinstalled this PyCharm. So the previous folders or the previous projects that I was working on is just what's appeared on the screen. But that's not what we're going to be working on. I'm just going to show you how to. All right, so I'm just going to let this to scan for a while. All right, so while that is scanning, I'm going to then show you how to create a new project. All right, so before I start with that, let me show you how to customize this background. Okay, you just simply go to your file and then go to settings here. Okay, so in this platform, you have different options on how to manipulate your background and different things you can literally set for your own preference. Okay, so at the top, we have the appearance and behavior. We have the editor, we have the version control, and this is a project. So you can simply do a lot with your project. And we can also build, execute, and deploy. We have languages and frameworks. We have tools, settings, advanced settings, and so on. All right. Well, I'm just going to simply show you how to just work on your appearance and behavior. Okay, so here I'm just going to click on appearance. So this has taken us to where we can literally change the theme, the fonts, and the size of the font style and the size of the font as well. And there are various options here. You can also take your time and go through all of this. Okay, so here you can literally change the theme of this IDE. We have the IntelliJ Lite, which is the current one that it is, and we have the dark color. So this is the darker theme. You can just click on this and this changes, okay? I know for sure that many programmers would prefer this dark theme. Okay, so we have two of this and we have this high contrast as well. Okay, so that is your preference, but for me, during the day, I prefer to use the IntelliJ Light. But at night, I would prefer to work with dark color because it's a little bit calmer and I'll be able to see the screen as well. Okay, for now, I'm just going to leave this on light. And over here, down here, we have the font. So you can simply just click on the font style you want over here. All right, so that is your choice. And then for the font size, we have 12 already. So if I click on 14 and I apply this, it's just going to be a little bit bigger. All right, so for your sides, you can decide to change this, okay, for your own good. If you want to see this font clearly, you can decide to increase and decrease the size of the fonts. All right, yeah, so we understand what the font and the font size is. Okay, so there's another thing I would like us to see over here. So we have this um, plugin here. So this is a marketplace. So this is basically where you can go to download every other IDE that you want. Okay, so you can decide to download. I'm simply experiencing network issues, so this is just going to take time to load. But I'm not going to download or install any IDE here. Okay, so you can decide to install. Maybe let's say you can decide to just install any other language of your choice here. That depends on what this Pycharm supports. So you can go here and click on maybe you can type in HTML. Please ensure to type in the correct spelling or the correct name. That's the only way you can find that programming language. Okay. All right, so that is just it for this marketplace. So once you type in, let's say you type in HTML or CSS or whatever you want to type, you just simply click on and it's just going to install it for you. All right, so that is it for marketplace. So that's basically going to the market to buy something and then you install it. So that is what the purpose of this marketplace. All right, so I think that is it for this. You can decide to check out the rest yourself. Okay, so I think I have to go back and reduce the font of this. I'm pretty much not comfortable with that. I'm just going to leave it on my 12, and that is it. Okay, that is it. And I'm just going to go and click on OK. Right. So for the next one is to create a new project. All right. So before we do that, we're just going to go to our file and click on new project. So this is just going to take us to this place where you can now configure a new project properly for your own choice. So over here, we have this location. So this is where the file, the project is going to be located on. Okay, so whatever project you create here, you rename, is simply going to be stored in this Pycharm project, and that is located in my C drive. All right, so over here I can decide to change this name. So this is the current project that I'm working on, or I'm about to work on. So that is why it's giving me a project 11. So I've had other projects below 11. Okay, so the next is this project 11. So here I can decide to change this name. I can say this project, I want this project to be project hello. All right, and then I'm going to say, or I'm just going to say project hi Stephanie. Okay, and then this is definitely a new environment and it's going to use this. It's a virtual environment. Definitely, I'm not working on this, so this is a virtual environment, and the location is okay. All right, so there's something that we want us to stand here right now. So here is like a new environment. So what I usually do here is to ensure that since this is a Python 11, 3.11, I always include that in this location drive here. So what I usually do is to put this and put the name of the current Python that I'm working on, the version actually. Okay, so when you are typing this, please do not give a space, okay? Because if you do that, you're going to experience some problem. All right, okay? So using this, you have to, let's say what you download is Python 3.12 or 3.13. That is exactly what you're going to put here. It has to correspond with this one here, okay? So if you're having 3.12 or 3.13 here, you have to include it over here. So that's just what it is here. And then for the next one is to, if you look at this place, we have our inherit global site packages and make available to all packages. Okay, so um, Python basically you can decide to select your own Python interpretation, but I really do not really need that. I do not need that at the moment, so I'm just simply going to leave it here. Okay, so this is just how this is just going to be. You do not have to touch that. So for this inherent global packages, actually lets your virtual, so this actually it. So this lets your virtual environment use packages in the main installation. So that's almost what you need unless you want something specialized. Okay, and for make available to all projects. So this lets you use the virtual environment in all projects you create. So if you don't tick these two boxes, you need to create a new virtual environment for each project. Okay, so you do not want to be doing that all of the time. You just simply just going to click on this. All right, so I already have a previously configured interpreter, and I'm using 3.9. I can decide to change this. All right, I have 3.11 already, so I'm just going to do that. So if you have a higher one and you want to make use of it, this is where you're going to include it for every other project that you want to be making use of this interpreter. Okay, so I'm just going to simply click on my 3.11. All right, and that is it. For this create main file, it's definitely just a file that is just automatically going to be created after we have created this project. So I'm just going to show you. Once I click on this create, this is going to be created. Okay, so this is just basically for creating a project. I'm just going to click on create, and it's going to be on this window. All right, so that has been done. Now look at the main.py that I am talking about. So this is just an automatic file that was created along with the project. Okay, so you can decide not to use this. So this is just an intro to show you that this is what you can basically do on this file. And this already has been given. This is to show you that a simple code of stating that this can run like this. So if I click on play, it's just going to say hi cam, hi Pycharm. So this is just how this is. Print this and print hi, and the name here is Pycharm. So print the name and the hi. This is what it's just going to give us here. Okay, so this is just what this is about. So you can decide to take this away and put in your own and say print hi, and I'm going to concatenate that. Um, let's say, um, hi, Pycharm. Okay, so this is your choice. All right, and then if I run this, I'm still going to get to the same thing. All right, so I'm just let me include my exclamation mark there. All right, so this is just the basic thing. Okay, simple coding that which you can just do. So whichever way you want to do it. Okay, so this is a step to your first coding. You can decide to do that. You can also decide to try out arithmetic operations like this. So I could say print, and I want to add, let's say 4. I say 4 plus 2. We all know that is 6. And if I run this, so this is where you're going to run this program, and this is going to give me a 6. Okay, so this is for an arithmetic operator or an operation. Okay, so that's just how this is. So now let me show you how to create a new file in addition to this one we have here. So you're just simply going to file, and then, okay, so what I simply do is just go here where I have this, my created project over here. So I'm just going to right click, and then it takes me to new. And there I have my Python file because it's Python that I'm working with. So if you're working with HTML, you can do that. Okay. So this is a Python file. I'm just going to do that. And then I'll say second file. And I'll simply hit my enter key. And then a new file has been created. Right? So that is it for it. You can, okay, so that is it. You can just simply start again with this second file and say print hello world, and then you can as well right click and run this second file here, and there it is, hello world. All right, so that is just it for this installation and configuration of Pycharm. I hope this was properly understood. So if you have any questions, please do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.